What's up, YouTube? You're not tuning in Star General TV, aka Mr. Vagbo himself, you in the building, you know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. And today we got some more heat, just when we thought the police department couldn't get more scandalous than ever, it just keep getting good. This video right here is pretty much a man exposing his wife for cheating with 7 police officers. And I feel like a couple months before, back before, I believe we had a similar story, actually. Just like this happening. So, let's just get straight into it, you know what I'm saying?
New tonight, a scandal unfolding within the Bexar County Sheriff's Office involving explicit text messages between a married dispatcher and several deputies.
Officials confirm 3 people have already been recommended for termination. Jay Avila with the News 4 I team says more deputies are under investigation.
The employees deny having sex or doing anything inappropriate while on duty. However, 2 spouses who shared the texts with Internal Affairs and with News 4 claim the messages show otherwise. Overnight 911 dispatcher Crystal Perez has been placed on unpaid administrative leave, along with Bexar County Sheriff Sergeant Ronaldo Salinas and Deputy Juan Leal. All 3 have received notices of proposed termination. Many of the texts are too explicit for us to share. Sergeant Salinas to Dispatcher Perez, I feel so hot and sexy when I'm...
What did she say? Hold on. I feel so hot and sexy when I'm with it. Nah, she's supposed to be, she's supposed to be married? Hold on. I can't even see, hold on. I can't even see that one.
Perez, I can feel it, all of it, and I love it. Salinas, we need another hotel day. Deputy Leal to Dispatcher Perez, I can't wait for us to be naked and us caressing each other and then kissing each other all over. Perez, expletive, yes.
She was loving my life, and it was very distraught, heartbreaking. I was in disbelief.
The dispatcher's husband, John Carlo Perez, discovered texts between his wife and 6 sheriff's deputies, plus a City of Converse police officer. In December, he gave them to Internal Affairs, and an investigation was opened.
They use emojis to reference body parts, and they would talk about, kissing, making out, and all these, like I said, just sexual.
This is kind of like, yo, I ain't gonna lie to you. This is kind of, he's brave. The fact that he's able to come online, not even online, go in front of the camera, the TV outlets, and just be able to say his story is kind of crazy. Like, you would think, your wife is out, at work, bringing some more money in. You guys put it together, trying to have a nice, simple life, raise some kids, call it a day. But nah, she's in there, well, she allegedly, she's not getting her back blown out in the workplace. You know what I'm saying? We don't know that, they just saying that. But it feels like she already have been getting her back blown out, while her husband must have probably thought she was on a job, and they hooked up in a hotel. That's crazy, son. Yeah, you gotta watch who you get married to, man, closely. Crazy world we live in.
Connections.
Perez took screenshots of the text from his wife's phone, and many of the timestamps are missing, so it's not clear if the texters were on duty. But in one thread on a Friday night at 10:20 p.m., Sergeant Salinas tells Dispatcher Perez, I get off at midnight, came in early.
Very hard for me to read.
I can imagine. Jessica Jarvis is now divorcing a 4th sheriff's employee who is being disciplined. Investigator Jason Jarvis received a proposed suspension of 30 days.
These are people that are supposed to be protecting us, supposed to be serving, and making sure the community is safe.
It's quite possible that some people are going to...
Wait, hold on. Say it ain't so. They got the sheriff too? Hold on. Say it ain't so. Hold on. We gotta go back. We gotta go back.
A fourth sheriff's employee who is being disciplined. Investigator Jason
Yo, they got the sheriff too. That's crazy. Yo, I mean, I won't say I'm surprised because, you know, I've seen things like this happen in the workplace before. Like, this is nothing honestly really new. But what makes it crazy is, like, you know, these are supposed to be police officers that are supposed to be, you know, held to higher standards and should be focusing more on serving and protecting the people, of course. But yo, man, I tell you, man, the workforce is you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised how many people pull people that are married and, you know, they do the things while they're at work. Man, I could tell you some wild stories, you feel me? Even when I used to work in the hospital, son, and this nurse told me how, like, she was like getting her back blown out while she was supposed to give, while she's working, you know what I mean? So if a nurse can do that, you know what I mean? And supposed to be handing out these medicines. Hey man, there's nothing else more to say, you know what I mean? Yo, anything is possible.
Jarvis received a proposed suspension of 30 days.
These are people that are supposed to be protecting us, supposed to be serving, you know, and making sure the community is safe.
It's quite possible that some people.
That lady right there, I believe that was the deputy's wife, actually. That's crazy. Then they got his wife on there saying she about to divorce him. That's OD. That's embarrassing. I wonder how the family feels, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of crazy.
People are going to lose their career as a result of this.
So basically, she's been sexting and smashing 7 police officers at the same time, even though she's married. Does this not remind you of someone?
Yo, that's the girl. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. That's the other lady that was caught cheating on the workforce, but she says that but I believe she took them to trial and said that the supervisors that was on top of her, like that, not on top of her, I'm bugging out. What am I saying? I mean, they were on top of her, but like, what am I saying? But she's basically saying the supervisors that were supposed to be, you know, her boss and guiding her were actually taking advantage of her. And she felt that they were, you know, she was forced into doing what she was doing. You know, it's a story for another time, but it just feels like it's just a pattern going on here.
Now, joking aside, you got to feel for the 2 real victims in this, which is the husband and the wives. The husband said it was the love of his life, so I'm sure when he saw their messages, it destroyed him. It does sound like he's done the right thing and he sent her to the streets, unlike what this Muppet's husband did.
According to reports from the New York Post and the Daily Mail, Jedediah is planning on sticking by his wife. He has since become a deputy to the Coffee County area. When asked how Jedediah is dealing with things, his new boss, Sheriff Chad Parton, told the Daily Mail, "I don't know how he's doing it. He's more of a man than I am, but he's trying to salvage his marriage."
Nah, bro, you're wildin'. If this make you manly, I don't know. This kind of wild. There's nothing weak or cowardly about leaving a person that's doing you dirty, bro. This is some nonsense. Hold on, we gotta go to the main screen because there's some nonsense here. Like, yo, listen closely. It does not make you a coward or not manly because you want to leave a situation where a woman that you're married to is sleeping around with a bunch of her co-worker and blatantly disrespecting you. All right, you know what I mean? You gotta stand. You can hold your ground sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Hold your ground sometimes. God damn.
Now, so far, nobody's been fired, but I'm sure if it gets proven that they were getting busy and working hours, and they will be. I also wouldn't be surprised if the woman tries to play victim and say that she was taken advantage of in some way or the other. Just like the other woman who also took fuck the police to a whole new level, she's apparently suing the city.
I remember while interviewing for the position at Laverne Police Department, they described the environment as a family. However, while I was aspiring to protect my community, the Laverne Police Department was not protecting me.
By now, most of the country knows what happened. Hall, 4 other officers.
Damn. Yo. Leah. Son.
It's an evil world we live in.
This is all the possible men that she, not even the possible men, these are the men that she was dealing with while being in the workforce, you know what I mean? As a deputy. That's just crazy, son. It's just like, dang. The police officers just keep taking more L's.
And the police chief were fired last month. This after 2 separate investigations found that Hall engaged in sexual activity and or shared intimate photos and videos with several male officers. The chief and 2 sergeants were among those implicated. Now Hall and her attorney, Wesley Clark, are suing those 3 supervisors and the city in federal court for civil rights violations.
Megan wasn't looked at like a rookie cop to be trained and promoted. She was looked at as a piece of meat.
Someone said America, only place you can sue a tree for running into you. It's victim mode activated and I just don't buy it at all. Don't tell me that you couldn't have said anything before. And she also took loads of videos, loads of pictures.
Yo, this is like high school all over again. You know, shorty, you know, that you have a short, not even a shorty, you have a girl, you know, she doesn't have no respect for her body, you know. In the street lingo, you know, we call them dots, you know. In Brooklyn, that's what we call them, dots. You know what I'm saying? Well, majority of the world call them, you know, dots. Dots. Let me stop. But yeah, you have a thought, you know what I mean? And she just sleeping around with a bunch of people, right? On the low, you know, she don't feel, while she's doing the actions, she don't feel bad at all. You know what I mean? She's enjoying herself. She feel liberated or whatever. And then next thing you know, when she does get caught, then she don't want to take no accountability. She just want to start blaming everybody for this and that. This person coerced me. This person did that. And I feel like it sucks because the real victims that actually get targeted and have to really deal with this, they get overlooked because of her. You know what I mean? But teach his own.
Apparently she even asked her husband to get involved. But now you've lost your job and everybody knows about it. Now you're the victim and now everybody was taking advantage of you. These 2 stories are almost as ridiculous as a story that I heard a few years back, where a stripper basically cheated on her boyfriend and told him that she'd been kidnapped. Take a look at this.
A thought to be abducted woman Miami police spent the day searching for is now under arrest, and this is video of her in handcuffs.
According to the arrest affidavit, the woman told detectives here that she was never in any danger, that she was never kidnapped. She said that she had gone out to a bar where she met a guy and she decided to spend the night with him. It is a far different story than the one she told her husband of being kidnapped.
Yo, that's so crazy. That's how true it is. You know what I mean? That's how true it is. Yo, you know what's crazy? So many times, like, for example, I remember one time there was this football, like, there's this college football player. He went to a party. Him and his friend went to a party, and they had dealt with a girl. You know, I guess, you know, she was treating, you know, having her little hot girl summer, whatever, you know, teach his own. I ain't mad at it. Yeah, she was having her hot girl, you know, her little hot girl moment. So she ended up sleeping with the football, both of the football players. And I guess when one of her crush found out what she was doing, she had got how can I say, got embarrassed. You know, she didn't want to deal with the responsibilities. So what she ended up doing was she reported that those 2 guys took advantage of her, you know, leading to those guys getting kicked off the team and everything. You know, eventually, you know, the world found out that she was lying, of course, and it was consensual. But that's another example that just goes to show you, bro. Like, you just, man, you gotta be careful. you gotta be careful who you know, where you place your meat in, you know what I'm saying? Careful where you place it in.
And even telling him to give police her license tag number for them to look for her. 32-year-old Carla Vasquez leaves the Miami Police Department in handcuffs on her way to jail, charged with filing a false police report. Police say she lied when she called her husband and said she was in danger, sparking a day-long search for her.
There were robbery detectives out there. We had our tactical robbery units out there. We had felony apprehension team. We were following her on her phone.
Before sunup at about 5 a.m., police say 32-year-old Carla Vasquez was at her home on Northwest 42nd Street and 17th Avenue when she...
But you gotta, really think about this, low key. She did all this, costing the city so much time and resources. What if another person was actually going through that same situation, but it was actually real? She took away the manpower that could have been used for a real emergency situation just because she couldn't face the consequences of her actions. I'm telling you, man, you gotta be careful out here, man. Yo, it's a cold world.
She called her husband in a panic.
He did receive a call while he was at work from her stating that there were 2 men with her and that she was in danger.
Vasquez's husband initially thought his wife's call for help was a prank, telling her he was busy before hanging up. Moments later, Vasquez texted her husband again, trying to get his attention.
She told him, "This is not a joke. I'm concerned. I'm in danger." And that is when he came home and he saw that the car was missing, and so was she.
Her husband called police. Vasquez and her 2008 black Chevy Suburban like this one, both missing from their home. Police say they located Vasquez and her vehicle.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you, brother, man. You're gonna have to divorce that. You know what I'm saying? That is a wrap. That right there, I don't think her family will even fault you for even divorcing that. Because this is crazy. This is embarrassing. Man. This is a whole nother level, bruh.
In North Miami Beach at Northeast 157th Street and 15th Avenue.
It appears that she was in company of another male companion, so there's not much more that we were able to get out of her, but she appeared to have been safe.
Police say after bringing her in to Miami Police,
she was safe, all right. She was safely getting her back blown out. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Police headquarters and questioning her, they determined Vasquez was never in any danger.
What a fucking donut. She's got to be donut of the decade, fellas. The plan makes absolutely no sense. She meets a guy that she wants to cheat with, so she decides to text her boyfriend and say, "Oh, I've been kidnapped."
What are you, fucking stupid?
That's not going to throw off the scent, is it, you genius? You just made him call the police and now everyone's looking for you. Now, hopefully her man sent her packing and he didn't waste any more time or energy like this guy did.
Please? What the fuck is wrong with you? You are a fucking cheater, dog.
Okay, whatever. Like, you haven't...
I know. I never fucking cheated on you. No.
Yeah, I can't take no more. This is too much L's going on right now, man. I'm too used to taking W's, but this is too much L's. Listen, fellas, just know that you gotta walk with self-level, with some standards. Have some standards for yourselves. You know what I mean? Don't let people keep on walking all over you, and stop taking back these cheaters, man. Let them rock, and let them be who they want to be. You know what I mean? Don't even feel no type of way. It's like God is doing you a favor. You call her cheating, you call her dying around. Don't even feel no type of way, bruh. Just let that go. Just be happy you caught it. It wasn't being prolonged. You know what I mean? Just let it rock. But with that being said, make sure to hit the like, subscribe button, and leave your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think. You know what I mean? Is our now local sheriff departments turning into some type of swingers parties? You know what I mean? Let me know. Have you been cheated on? Has somebody cheated on you before? You know what I mean? And how did you deal with that? You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, we off this.